Hi folks, I have information in a video yesterday about a kidnapping of a girl that I need to clarify. There's a lot of stuff and comments and misinformation flying around about it at the moment. Everybody is shouting half-truths at each other, and honestly, I have a pain in my head over it. I'm tired, I'm cranky. So please watch this video until the end before you jump down my throat telling me that I'm wrong. I will hopefully explain to you what the heck is going on here, but it looks like there was 2 kidnapping videos on old phones belonging to Johnny Messer. One from an ex known as Taylor and one from an ex-girlfriend known as AC. Let me explain by walking you through my day yesterday and why I believe this is the case based off the current information that I have. Before I went to bed on Monday night, I was talking about Bob Motta, what he said in a live stream on my community tab. Bob is a defence attorney turned YouTuber. He was at the hearing and taking notes. You would have to consider him pro-defence based off what he did for 20 years. And he's had Hennessy on his channel. He's had documents after they were filed, but before they were live on the docket. So you have to assume they came from Hennessy. So he's kind of pro-defence, but he tries not to be biased. He was there, he was taking notes, he was talking live on YouTube afterwards. When he was talking, I thought what he was saying I was not hearing correctly. I posted about it again on my community tab. Others were watching and hearing the same thing. I was talking about it over on Reddit. Everyone was like, what the F is going on here? This is a short clip from that stream. Bob has now deleted this, I believe.
There's ex-wife, a gal named Taylor, and they had her she was in the memo. They talked about Taylor, but like some of these details I did not remember, specifically this one, that she said that she knew that on Johnny Messer's old phone that he actually had a video of a kidnapping of a young girl that he committed. And so Clicks like, what? So he ends up getting this phone and verifies that he has, yeah, dude. Yeah. So like this, so this is Johnny Messer. He verifies that he does. He has a phone on his phone. He's got a video of them kidnapping a girl at gunpoint. So they then go try to identify the victim and they can't do it. But it's like, it's not like it's not like a fake video. It's like actually this guy like videotaped him committing the crime, which sounds an awful lot like what happened with Abby and Libby on the bridge.
So that's shocking, right? I went to sleep, I woke up, nobody was talking about it. So I made a video about it, as did a few others, and a lot of people online were talking about this yesterday. At the start of that, Bob mentioned the ex-wife Taylor, and he mentioned a girl a few times. And then I started getting lots of comments saying, this isn't correct. It was a male. A drug deal gone wrong. Others were saying it was a downloaded video off the internet, that there's no video of a kidnapping of a girl, and basically that's what people were barking in the comments. So I spent what spare time I had yesterday and late last night just harassing people who were at the courthouse into clarifying what exactly Todd Clicks said according to their notes. Who was kidnapped? Was it a male, female? Did they just say individual? Someone posted their notes on Reddit and they said it was an individual, not a female. So I asked them and they said they didn't hear anything about a female. And what they did clear up was Click wasn't talking about Taylor when he said this. He was talking about an ex-girlfriend named AC who has a kid with Johnny Messer. AC and Taylor are not the same person. And this phone from Johnny Messer, they were calling it the Goldilocks phone. They thought this was going to crack the case, and Holman didn't even collect it. So it's getting a small bit confusing now, because Bob said a girl 3 times, he said Taylor, but these notes were saying it was AC and individual was said. They don't remember any female. But you have to remember the sound in the courthouse is really, really bad, which is another reason why this should have been broadcast, so we don't have Chinese whispers happening in the case of this magnitude. Annie and Kevin released a podcast. I didn't listen to it. You guys know why. I'm not going to be mean. I'm just not going to listen to it. But I know from the comments that they were basically saying that Bob was wrong, that there was no female mentioned. Bob then panics, I think, and apologises on Twitter. He says he misspoke and there was no mention of a female. He gave this live later and this is what he said.
Part of me at all, honestly, that felt like going live last night. It was a super long ass day and I wasn't feeling it. Like I would, so whatever. But I did it because I love you guys. And I made a horrible fucking mistake saying like the girl. So I've corrected it on Twitter. And that's what I get for not reading my notes. And Clicks testimony where he's talking about the phone and the intel that they had on the phone. I can't remember if I said it was a video. In court, they didn't really specify. I think they called it information on the phone, or there was some kind of recording, they called it. And they didn't use, Click didn't use a gender. He said an individual. And I think last night I said girl. I started seeing it. And then
so I was like, that's that. There was no kidnapping of any female. So it seems anyway. But I just wasn't confident from the clips that I seen that Bob misspoke for one, or that he misheard. What I think might have happening is he took these down on his notes and he lost confidence in his notes. He thought for whatever reason I wrote that down when I didn't hear it. Or maybe his notes were messy or something like that. I don't know. But I get it because it was a really long hearing and you'd be wrecked from taking notes and have brain fog. I get it. But I just wanted to confirm that Bob, what he was saying now, that there was no female mentioned, was correct. So late last night, I basically harassed Frank on his channel. Frank would admit to being pro-prosecution in this case, so he definitely wouldn't have any reason to say female. But he's also not biased, so he's not going to lie. This is what he said.
All right, Novice is asking, could you clarify the videos if possible and the mention of a girl? Was there 2 leaks? Sorry if you already... What do you mean as far as 2 leaks? You got to explain yourself with 2 leaks, okay? First of all, and the mention of the girl, once again, Todd Click was talking about Johnny Messer's cell phone that allegedly had a video of a girl in the woods being kidnapped and all that crap. Well, Todd Click, they applied for a search warrant to get into his phone because he would not give up the passcode into it. So they applied for a search warrant to grab all the data out of it, and they found it. But they can't. He said they could not clarify if it was real, or they couldn't clarify who the girl was. They didn't say a little girl. They just said a female.
Forensics could get it. And then I don't know where the Chinese software came up, but I know he said that they sent it off to ISP and they never got like a follow-up. They were able to do it or not.
Right. Novice. No confusion. Click clearly stated there was a video on Messer's phone in regards to a kidnapping of a female, but he was unable to substantiate if it was real or could not find out who the female was.
So you can now hopefully see why I have been extremely confused about this, but it seems to me as if there are 2 separate kidnapping videos related to Johnny Messer. The search warrant that everyone is referencing from 2019, this is related to Taylor. Click was not testifying about Taylor. He was testifying about AC when he mentioned the girl in the kidnapping video. Also, this was 2019. This was 3 years before Richard Allen was arrested. And Click testified that the defence actually were the ones who got this phone from AC because Holman ignored it. So unless I'm wrong, it looks like it's 2 different people and 2 different phones and 2 different kidnappings. Let me know your thoughts. Good luck. God bless. I'm off for a nap. Hope everyone has a nice day.